Stephanie, what the fuck are you wearing?
Well, it's almost spring, and I love this color, and it looks so good with my hair, too.
Oh, that's true. It does.
Yeah. Welcome to another edition of Waxing Moon Witches. It's Stephanie and Lynn.
Hey.
And today we're talking about how being a witch influences our dress and our appearance.
Boy, does it ever.
Oh, yeah.
Now, okay, so why does it affect what we wear?
Well, there may be times where wearing your witchy aesthetic is not appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes we have to be a little more careful. So as much as I love wearing all black, which is what I do, the majority of the time, I do have a lot of color in my wardrobe as well. Sure? I do. I know you've just never seen it, but I have it.
I did hear a rumor that your wedding dress was pink.
It was pink.
Yeah,
Yes. All right, I'm gonna start wearing more color, just to prove you wrong.
Okay.
Hey, whatever.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I make black work.
This is true, you do. And I'm kind of pink hair, don't care.
That's true. True.
Okay.
So when would there be a time that you think dressing witchy, and I'm not talking about, crazy, but even just like run-of-the-mill witchiness, when would that not be appropriate?
Oh gosh, so I work in downtown Boston. I work for headquarters of a large technology company, and there's many times where my witchy aesthetic needs to be toned down and reeled in a little bit, because even though companies say they love diversity and embrace diversity, there's only so much diversity they're gonna accept. Let's be real here.
True dat. Right, you want to look professional.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll wear something like this, a cute sweater with color underneath. I'll still wear my jewelry. I may not wear my ritual jewelry, all my bone jewelry, or anything with obvious symbolism. Like, you have to really look close to see that I'm wearing a pentacle here. And if you're like this close to my testicles, then you're doing something wrong. It's true.
I like it. It's
true.
Gonna be a new term for me, breasticles.
Yes, it's true. But again, I have had people say to me, "Is that a pentacle you're wearing?" And then it's like, yeah. And then like, "Oh, my wife is a witch," or "Oh, my partner's into Wicca," and so they get it, so it's okay. But I'm not gonna lie, I had someone at work the other day say, hey, Stephanie has all the magical things, and my first words were, yeah, it's because I'm a witch.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are days and there are times when you do need to tone down your aesthetic, and you do need to be mindful of the surroundings you're in, and I think that is a mature way of approaching our craft, and it's a mature way of still being your true authentic self, but also realizing that your true authentic self may not be accepted by everyone.
Right, and you don't always have to dress like a witch to still be your true authentic self. And I like what you have on though, because it's cute. It still has it's got the kitty cats on it, so it's got a little touch of witchiness to it, but it's definitely work appropriate. Yeah,
I completely agree, and I'll wear this with jeans and boots, and yeah, totally fine. And yeah, makes it easy to get through the day and still be who you want to be.
True. Okay, so speaking of witchy aesthetic, what do we think of aesthetic witches? So i.e. those who dress like witches but don't necessarily practice the craft. And I know there's a lot of controversy over this subject, so these are just our opinions. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, and so I think we both feel similar in which wear what you want. If you want to dress like a raver, dress like a raver. If you want to dress like a witch, dress like a witch. Don't let anyone tell you, no, you can't wear that.
Right.
But then again, I think it's also the fine line between dressing that but not being respectful.
Right.
As well.
Do you think that some people, now I personally don't have an issue with it, but do you think that the reason some witches do is because it's cultural appropriation probably isn't the right term, but that's the idea of what I'm trying to think. Like they're taking on something that isn't really theirs.
Yeah, I think that you could use that term based upon the definition of cultural appropriation. Yeah, I believe so. I think that's true.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the fine line falls into play.
Right, it's true. I mean, it is tough because, a lot of people wear all black who aren't witches, but you know, when you start to get all the accoutrement, then you're looking more witchy. Now, me personally, I don't have a problem with it because I think it's helped. Yes, witchcraft is trendy right now. Looking like a witch
Super
is trendy right now. And I don't think that's a bad thing because it helps, you know, more mainstream people be accepting of witches. So in that sense, I think it has done a lot of good for our community.
But then when there's like your favorite stores now selling crystals and candles and mini witch kits, is that a bridge too far? That's something to think about as well.
I don't know. I mean, if it gets people, you know, especially people who are just starting out, like, if it gets them interested, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Not that we're trying to recruit, you know, go out.
Well, we may be.
Yeah.
You never know. But I think what people get offended about is not honoring
Right.
the history and not honoring, like saying, if a mainstream store is selling white sage and crystals, are they honoring where that came from? And I think that's where people get irate. So
Yeah.
So it's the fine line, like you said, cultural appropriation and not.
Right. Yeah. But, I mean, like I said, I guess ultimately I can understand both sides of the argument, but it doesn't bother me like it does some people. But I understand where those people are coming from as well. Okay, so someone dresses up as a witch for Halloween, would that be offensive to you?
I think it depends on the type of Halloween costume. Now, I would probably have the same level of offense to dressing like a sexy witch as I would to dressing like a sexy nurse, or dressing like a sexy fireman or a sexy
I would have no
police
problem
person.
with a sexy fireman.
Oh, okay, well, you know, yeah, the Australian fireman, yeah, that's okay. But like the sexy nurse costumes or the sexy devil costumes, that's what I find offensive.
Okay, so that bothers you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean,
because it's misogyny.
well, that is true, but in some way you could say it's women embracing their own sexuality as well, taking charge of it. But like every other thing, there's two sides to every story, so.
Agreed.
It's same thing with witchy aesthetic. I can
Agreed.
see both sides.
Totally agree with you on that. Seriously, Lynn, what the fuck are you wearing?
What? Is this too much?
Just-
It's the glasses, isn't it?
So, as you can see, witchy aesthetic, you can either go pink,
Or go black?
yep, nothing wrong with either.
Nope, you do you.
You do you. So, I'm going to sign off for today. So from Lynn and Stephanie at Waxing Me Witches, have a great day.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Down below.
Bye-bye. Got
Bye-bye.
offended if someone dressed up as a witch for Halloween?
It depends on the type of witch. If they're dressing traditional, then
Ralphie! Hey! Knock it off! No. Let's do that question over again. Ralph! Stop. So, if someone dresses up as a witch for Halloween, would you get offended? Seriously? Knock it off! No!
you're going to be banished.
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. As the tail goes slowly lower. Lay down. No. Lay down. We're waiting. Sit. Will we go with that?
Down.
Sit down.
Down,
Good
down.
boy. Good boy. Okay. You settle.